BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts. And we are back with another banger. Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. I am the Corey C. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. We do not want you to miss an episode. You do not want to miss an episode because got a lot of heat coming, as I told you so. We're everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you can find your podcast, we're there. So be sure to follow the show and tell every Tiger that you know. All right, we have another transfer. Excited to have him on the team. Excited to have him on Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. Josh Clarke, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing? I'm glad to be here. Appreciate
Man.
invite.
All right, man. We're happy to have you. Like I said, excited to have you. When the news broke, man, a lot of the fans, they know you, though, or they already knew you. They remember you from high school and your time at Ole Miss and some other stops. Remember you being a blue chip recruit coming out of high school. So when that name came across our timeline as far as signing with the Tigers, we were happy. So we wanted to bring you on, let you tell your story. So let's start with where you from, where it all started, man. Rep your hometown, rep your high school.
Okay, a little bit about myself. I'm raised and born in New Orleans, Louisiana. You know that's my hometown. Went to high school at Riverdale High. Not too far outside of Louisiana, about 5 minutes out. You know, not too
Yep.
far. Like I said, but went through a lot of trials and tribulations going throughout high school, and finally made football my spark in my life. So that's really where everything started off, right over there at Riverdale High School, man.
All right, all right, and man, you've had a journey obviously to get here. A couple stops. Obviously, we talked about Ole Miss. Spent some time in the SIP, Holmes Community College, and then most recently Northwestern State. So, just talk a little bit about that journey. Talk about those stops, and if you have a favorite memory from each stop, let us know.
Okay, well, going throughout my journey, as you said, started off at Ole Miss, came out of high school, committed there. It was a great experience, got to meet a lot of great guys, great talent. I was around guys like AJ Brown, DK Metcalf that, really showed the way on how to be like a leader and, how to make it, to the NFL about their work ethic and, the things that they did to make it there. And then going into Holmes Community College, that was a humbling experience for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Going through that experience, I was finding myself, finding who I was, and understanding my reason why I started to play the game again. That was a great
Wow.
experience. And then going into Northwestern, gaining my faith back and getting back into the situation of where I want to be. So great humbling experience. I loved it every part of the way.
Man, I love it, man. The thing I love most about it is it seems like you learn something from each stop, and then you said that key word humbling experience. So that's just life in general, man. You'll go through things, but as long as you come out strong and learn from it, it allow you to catapult yourself to the next level. That's what it's about, man. So great job, great job. And as we said, man, you coming out of that New Orleans area. So for us, man, that's the enemy lines down there because you're right there in the middle of that Southern Grambling. So did your family, any family members go to any of those schools? Were you rooting for any of
Um,
those schools coming up?
no, not sort of, not actually. My oldest brother, he played football and he attended Tulane University. So
Okay, okay.
we went, not too many people we have went to HBCU school.
Okay.
Our only person that graduated college was me and my brother. So
Oh, okay. All right, all
yeah,
right. So you're a graduate of Northwestern State, right?
yes sir, got my
Okay,
degree.
so
Yeah.
grad transfer and 1 year remaining, right?
Yes sir.
Okay, so when you look at that final year, my boy Ken Clarke with Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, KC 1400 Media. What up, bro? He likes to call this your money year. So when you're talking about that money year, put up or shut up, all or nothing. What,
Yes
what
sir.
what went into that decision to transfer out for your grad year?
Honestly, it wasn't really nothing, set up. Like I said, ended up entering the portal and got a call from my guy, Coach Bradley, great guy, great coach on and off the field. He's a great person. So got that call from him. We chopped it up, had a couple conversations, and I really noticed, the things that's going on here at Jackson State. I noticed the brotherhood once I got here to visit. I seen how everything seems well connected here, and that was a big part in my decision coming here. Seeing how things was well organized here, seeing how the coaching staff actually cares about their players, and again, the coaching staff here, they have experience within the league. They didn't play the game, they didn't play college football, so they know the ins and outs and the things that you need to get done in order to make it to the next level, and that was a big part for me.
Awesome, man. And that's one thing I was going to ask you about your decision to attend Jackson State. So I want to touch on that a little bit more. But first, I want to go back to your time in the portal because for a lot of people, they get into that portal, man, and they never see daylight. So talk
Yeah.
about your time in the portal. Were you nervous about getting into that portal? Because obviously, again, it's your money year. Were you nervous about it? And what was it like in that portal for you? How long were you in it? Things like that.
Like you said, it's my last year, so of course I came in there with a little curiosity, a little nervous, not knowing where I'm gonna end up because you don't have a second chance with this, especially with it being your last year. You got to make sure that you're making the right decisions for your future and yourself, and to make sure that you're in a great environment where you can find peace and be level headed, so you can go out there and make the plays that you can make on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good experience, and like I said, I love it here, man.
All right. And you said it was Coach Bradley who reached out to you?
Yes, sir. Coach Bradley
Oh,
reached out.
okay. Before he reached out to you, how familiar were you with the program, if at all?
I've been familiar with Jackson State. Like I said, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, not too far from Mississippi, not too far from Jackson as well. Only about 2 hours and a half. So I grew up knowing about Jackson. Of course, with all the legends and Hall of Famers that come from here, how can you not know about Jackson State? And it's a great community. It's a great college. It's a good program. Always has been for decades coming into today. So I always know about Jackson.
And you talked about Coach Bradley. When it came down to your recruitment, were there any other coaches that you spoke to, or was he pretty much the main guy and the lead guy?
No, I talked to Coach Jackson, the running backs coach. Talked to Coach Hammock, the linebackers
Okay.
coach, as well as Coach Beef. So I had a good couple conversations with the coaching staff that helped me, lead on to my decision to come here.
Okay. And did you visit as well?
Yes, sir. I visited when it was probably the week that school was ending. So coming into the summer, I got a chance to visit and see how the campus was, and catch a feel for the environment here.
Okay. So tell us about that visit. What all did you do? Where'd you go? And what kind of stood out?
What stood out to me was seeing how well organized. Like I said, it's a great staff here.
Mhm.
Coming in and seeing a staff that's really about their players and that's really about unity. You know what I'm saying? Making sure everybody is doing the same thing, making sure everybody's on point, and we all have the same goal, and that's winning.
Right.
Jackson State is bred off of winning. So they brought in a great coaching staff that can make sure that that continues to happen.
Right. And you talk about that unity. One thing that I'm seeing with this team, the players, which stands out to me because a lot of these players are new, kind of, just coming together. Obviously, we had lost a lot of players to the transfer portal with the last coaching staff leaving. So, with it being so much camaraderie, for you particularly, are there any guys on the team who you already knew, already familiar with, or played against?
There's a couple guys that I did play against. Jason, I played him when I was at Ole Miss, my redshirt freshman year.
Okay.
Um, we just had John Graves, the transfer from Southeastern, the D lineman. I played him last year, and really
Hmm.
all my years when I was at Northwestern State, we battled against each other. So that's
Hmm.
a couple guys that I knew ahead of time before coming in.
Okay. So, when it came down to it and you had to make that decision, how did you know that this is the place where you wanted to spend that last year?
Honestly, like I said, it's a great staff, great community, and I just felt, for me personally, I felt comfortable here. I felt at peace, level-headed. I love the city. The people here, that they love their Jackson State players, so it wasn't really hard to make the decision to come here. And I noticed all the different situations and things that Jackson State can bring for me and benefit me as well. And I just feel like I made the great choice coming here. I prayed to God. I thought about it. And
Mm-hmm.
like I say, I felt peaceful, so
Awesome.
this was a decision for me.
Awesome. All right, so talk to the fans for a second. Let them know, the ones who aren't familiar with them, the ones who aren't diehard fans who watch Huddle and all that stuff. What type of player are they getting in Josh Clarke?
The type of player I say they get into me is a loyal player, somebody that's gonna put everything out on the line and do what I have to do when the time comes for me. Um, I got a great skill set as far as my speed, my physicality, leadership, and my football IQ. So I think I could bring a couple things to the defense, the team as a whole, and help us get this 3P going.
One thing that I think you have that I see, and you didn't say it, but I see versatility. And
Yes,
I
sir.
want to ask you, what position do you play? You're a linebacker, you're edge rusher. That's what I want to know.
Right now, like you said, versatility. Right now, I'm a hybrid, so I'm gonna be playing edge rusher and linebacker throughout the season.
Okay. All right. What's their height and weight?
6'3", 230.
Okay. All right. Talk about Coach Hammock, because with you playing that linebacker position, he's going to be your go-to guy. So how has that bond been so far with him?
Oh man, it's a great bond. When I first met him, we kicked it off pretty well. Like I said, it's a great staff. Can't ask for much better than what we have here. And when I first met him, we talked football, talked about me as a person myself. Try to get along and build that bond with each other. So everything's been good so far.
All right. And how long have you been on campus?
About 2.5 months now.
Okay, so you're pretty acclimated.
Yeah, yes sir.
All right. All right. What do you like about the school so far, the campus, the city?
So far the city, like I say, the fans here, it's like a community. Everybody a family here. It's all love everywhere I go. People showing love to me. That's something most players, from different schools might not be used to. You know what I'm saying? Jackson State, like I said, it's a family. So, and they make it very known. So it's a blessing to be here.
So I hear that all the time. So I like to have examples though. Like give me a specific example where a fan showed you love, whether it was on Twitter or at the E&L barbecue when you grabbing something to eat.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, small things like that. They got this little spot called Stamps Burgers,
Oh
not too
yeah,
far from campus. If you know about Stamps, it's a good place to eat at.
absolutely.
So, when I go in there, the people that work there, they always been respectful to me, showing love, asking me how things going with football and stuff like that. So, like I said, it's a family. They checking in on me.
Right. So you get the sense that they truly they love their football and they truly care about the
Yes,
players.
sir. Most definitely. Most
All
definitely.
right. All right. Awesome stuff, man. So give us a little insight on camp, man. What has that been like? Don't give us too much because a lot of eyes and ears. We don't want to give
Most
away the
definitely.
game plan, but let's talk about camp a little bit.
Camp right now, we just all coming together, building. Like I said, building the bind. You also said earlier, we got a lot of guys, new guys on the team. A lot of transfers. So right now, we building the bond, building the chemistry, learning how to play with one another, learning our weaknesses, our strengths, and a thing that we vouch for this team is accountability. And with all us being new, we got to be accountability for. We got to take accountability for one another. Like making sure we doing the small things more than the big things sometimes, because the
Mhm.
small things can make a greater impact. In their future, and anything small can determine a win or a loss of a game. So right now, coming throughout the spring, coming out throughout the fall. We learning the playbook, learning how to play together, building that chemistry with each other. So right now, everything going good. We looking forward for this 3P coming up this year, man.
Oh, I see. I like how you talk. I like how you talk. That's what we're looking for. So I know this is some people, especially the naysayers, they don't know. Like Coach TC said, they don't know. They don't know what
Yeah.
we got, what's in store. But I know you've been seeing it up close firsthand. So this is what I want you to do. Give me two names. Give me names of two players, one on offense, one on defense, that stood out to you. Because and I say this because obviously you being new to the team, you didn't know many of the guys. So
Right.
without you knowing their name, give me two of the first guys who stood out to you where you say, okay, man, this guy's a dog right here. I need to find out who this is. What's this guy's name? One on offense, one on defense.
First guy, as soon as you said offense, I'm not gonna lie, seven popped up in my head instantly.
Okay, okay.
Seven
Talk
McGee,
about it. Talk about it.
he's a great player. He got great work. He has a great work ethic. He always comes every day with a mindset to work and have a positive mindset throughout the day. And that's how kind of how I try to go throughout my day. So seeing that come throughout him on the offensive side of the ball, that's great to see.
Okay,
And defensive wise, I would probably say Jalen, the cornerback.
okay.
He's been showing me a lot coming out this fall, and it's really great to see him flying around the ball, doing what he has to do at cornerback, and being a leader as well. He's been taking on that leadership role and making sure things going good. So
Okay.
those are two guys I'd
Absolutely.
probably say right now.
Absolutely. Two vets who we expect to lead, respectively on their sides of the ball. So give me a young guy. Give me one young buck, maybe a freshman who, as a leader, as a veteran yourself, you would say, you know what, I like his work ethic. I like what he's doing. He's showing up. I want to take him under my wing. Give him some tips, some advice.
Um, I can actually tell you two guys.
Okay.
Right now, I'll say Noah, and the next one is Braxton, the DN.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Both defensive guys. Noah coming along great throughout the fall. Like you said, he's a young guy, so it took him a little time, to understand the playbook and understand, how things work as an organization throughout college. So outside of that, day by day, he's progressing. He's learning the playbook better and better, and he's getting more reps, throughout practice and whatnot. So he's doing real good. And Braxton, like I said, he's coming throughout. He's coming along as well, just as well as Noah is, and he's been showing me a lot of sparks and things that he can improve on. So coming into this year, and the years later, he's gonna be a great player.
Hey man, I love it. Not just that I love what you're saying about those young guys. I love hearing it from you, man, because I can tell you're a veteran. You sound like a coach already, man. You sound like a brother. So good
Appreciate it.
stuff, bro. Good stuff. All right, man. Looking ahead, looking at this schedule, I'm seeing September 9th at Southern University, right there in your backyard, man. And that is you talk about that's one of the best rivalries, game day atmospheres in college football. Not just the SWAC, not just HBCU football, not FCS, but in college football. So be ready for that one. I'm pretty sure you have some friends and family heading
Oh
over
yeah,
there as well.
most definitely, most definitely. That's a game I'm looking forward to. Like you said, it's a big rivalry. I heard last year, some guys had to fight their way out of there, man. So I'm looking forward to that game. I know it's going to be a great atmosphere. I know a lot of the fans going to be there supporting us, and just as well they'll be supporting, Southern as well. So it'll be a great game. I'm looking forward to it.
So a piece of advice for that game. Final buzzer, just
Yeah.
get out of there. Win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw. It's gonna be a
Yes,
win,
sir.
but just go the other way. Don't even look.
Okay. We're going to get the win now. We're going to get the
Of
win.
course, of course, of course. You can shake some hands, but just keep it moving after that. That's Southern game. So that's a
Yes,
rivalry. But
sir.
it's all love at the end of the day.
Most
All
definitely.
right, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. So what's your major, man? What are you majored in? And after football, what do you look to do?
My major right now, I'm doing sports science, and I got a minor in communications. And
Okay.
after football, depending on whatever God has planned for me, of course we all play the game to make it to the next level. That's
Hmm.
my dream. That's the reason I'm at Jackson State, because I feel like it helped me get to that, make my goals happen. But outside of that, I've been looking into real estate and
Okay.
doing other side things that catch my interest.
Hmm.
So I got some plans.
Okay. And speaking of that next level, like you said, that's the goal. I know that's what you're aiming for. Who is that guy on the next level that you would probably compare yourself to the most, or that guy you strive to be, or whose game most closely resembles yours?
A person game that I said a few people I've been looking at lately. One of my favorite guys. He just got inducted to the Hall of Fame. DeMarcus Ware. I love his
Okay.
game.
Okay.
That's a guy that I really look at as
Absolutely.
far as
That's a good one.
his speed, the way he get off the ball. The pass rush moves he has. Another veteran guy I've been looking at is Julius Peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Another
Mm-hmm.
speed guy, great size. Get off the ball. He's athletic. He was a versatile, defensive end. Especially back then. He got a lot of picks to say he was a defensive end.
Right.
It shows his versatility and his skill set. And guys in the league right now, I'm looking at T.J. Watt, of course.
Of course.
Great edge rusher. Um, who else I could say? Kavion that played for the New York Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Chase Young. It's a lot of guys right now
Like
that's
that.
showing themselves coming off the edge this year.
All right. And for your last season, man, I want you to draw out that an ideal season for you personally and then team wise. What does that perfect season look like for you?
Perfect season for me, like I said, our goal as a whole, we try and get this three-peat. You know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost. And for me personally, a guy that I've been looking at, honestly, because he had, a lot of great production here. He was a team leader here. A lot of people that I hear, get into contact with, they mention him. I say James Houston. I'm trying to really beat anything that he did here. Honestly, I'm doing viewing my goals based off of what he did because obviously it got him where he is now.
Hmm.
He's starting the league, and I want the same thing for me as myself. So I'm basing a lot of the things based off of what he did. His stats and how things that he did to go out throughout the day, and I'm gonna use that to benefit myself.
Hey, that's a great guy to look up to. And Chase, man, he's one of the goats. He was in Jackson for I think 6 months,
You a
but he'll
Seahawks
never be
fan?
forgot. Yeah, he got here. I think in June, July is literally when he got here. And after the last game of December, he was he was out of here getting ready for the
Yeah.
league. So man, he took us by storm. So that's definitely a great guy to aim for. So good stuff, man. Have you decided on a jersey number yet? What number should we be looking for?
I'm wearing number 2 this year.
Oh, hey, number two. Hey,
Yes,
that
sir.
comes with some responsibility. That's not just a any
Most
old
definitely.
number.
Most
Okay.
definitely. I know.
All
Trust me.
right. Okay. The price just went up. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Number two. So we'll be on the lookout for number two, man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes,
Last
sir.
but not least, man, message for the fans. What do you want to say? They're all watching. They're all listening.
Like I say, y'all already know what the goal is. We looking for the three-peat. We're gonna start in Atlanta, finish in Atlanta. That's what we're going by.
Okay. Okay. And then how can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram, RedJesus_5, and then you can catch me on Twitter with King Josh, the King KXNG, not I, _Josh, and you'll catch me on there.
Boom. All right. There you have it, man. Looking forward to seeing you make some noise. Big shoes to fill. James Houston chasing him and wearing that number two. So you got to bring it. I know you will.
Most definitely. Appreciate you having me.
All right, man. Go Tigers.
All right, thank you. Have a blessed day.
Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club is presented by Bet Online.